Hi everybody, welcome to another edition of Monkey Island Madness. I just finished lettering practice and now I'm going to do something I enjoy more, which is drawing a crayon. So this is taped out live over at Ustream TV and I am talking to a live audience and I do not edit the movie or the videos, so there you go. Your labels are vintage. Oh, yay you. But a lot of you know, if you're watching this and it's current, that we're doing a scavenger hunt. And one of the prompts is a crayon label. And I could very easily go in and get a crayon label from one of the kids' crayons, or I have a couple sets myself. And it wouldn't even bother me to cut the label off it, frankly. But I thought I would really rather draw the crayon myself. So I'm looking for an image. I don't know if I want to do like I did on the ATC swap, where I did multiple images, or do I want just one enlarged image? That is the question. Come on. Nope. Let me see if I can get one and blow it up. Because I was thinking what I wouldn't mind doing is make it like really enlarge it. Come on, piece of crapola. Normally I can enlarge this. Alright. I'll lay it on its side. Only I really would rather the point was going up. This would be up. Right? Right. No, that would be down. Ooh, I have a weird smell in my hand. Alright, here we go. Alright, Happy Monsters. I'm going to have to take the link. I just can't. Oh my gosh, look at that. Those are really fun. But what are those? What do you write in code with monsters? Alright. Giant Crayola crayon for only $24.99. I don't know why my image went to an ad. I didn't want it to do that. There we go. Darn it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. So I'm going to do one great big crayon here. I know, Eileen. I know. I'm using a... I guess what I could do... Well, no. I'm just going to... I like my lines straight, so my crayon will end up being... maybe 1.5 inches wide. And then I don't know what I might, oh, you know what? I probably should have done this on a separate sheet of paper because then I could have cut it out. Maybe I will do that. Cut it out and put it on a different page because this is a numbered page on my book. Sorry, guys. That's what I'm going to do. Let me find just a jungle piece of paper. This one will work. This page is 7 inches, it seems to me. 7 3/4, believe it or not. But I want my image to go from edge to edge, pretty much. I'm going to give myself 1/2 inch border, I think. Okay. And Eileen's having a cow right now. because I don't know what I'm going to end up doing around it. I might draw more crayons, and I might just take all of the labels off of a box of crayons. Who knows? Actually, Mary and I were shopping at Walmart one day, and it was around school, when school supplies were all out. Mary wanted that box of crayons so bad, and it was 24 cents. But she said, well, what am I going to do with a box of crayons? And I was like, who cares, Mary? If you want them, just buy them. So we ended up both buying a box of crayons. I still have mine, never unopened, but they were a box of 24 crayons, right? But she was so happy to have her crayons. All right, so let's see. That's going to be the, probably. You guys know I don't like drawing on stream, but I am. Yeah, that's fine. Hi, Kia. Hey, where did my, there it is. I don't know if I want my Crayola upside down or not. Oh, that's frustrating. Hi, Galena. Yeah, that's frustrating. Sitting on hold with the government entity and find out what you needed to know had already been done. Ugh. Alright, I think I want my Crayola right side up. It'll be easier for me to draw for sure. Alright, let's see. Alright, I like that spacing good enough. I haven't checked, Galena. I wasn't mean or anything in the email. I just said, yeah, don't do that. Don't do it. I did tell her I was a little perplexed why she spent so much time and effort doing that. Like, girl, get a freaking life. That's why I didn't go to a lot of trouble, because I got a freaking life. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't want to be icky about it. I really don't. I don't want to be icky at all. I guess I just don't get people. And for those of you who don't know what we're talking about, somebody, and I'm sure it's somebody, who maybe runs in the same crowd, knows some of the same people we know, found out about the scavenger hunt, which tickles me to death because I really did want people to join and have fun and whatever, and it wasn't exclusive to our group by any stretch of the imagination. I put it out there on YouTube and for public consumption, so there you go. You're going to get some of everybody when you do that, and I get that. I'm not a total idiot most of the time. But she went to a fair amount of effort to redo that whole list that I had done, and I appreciate that. My handwritten list was a mess, but the list wasn't the idea. It was the idea of you guys having fun and getting creative and whatever, right? So anyway, she went to a lot of effort, and she had emailed me a link to it, but the link was broken, and so I just pretty much blew it off. I didn't think about it again, didn't worry about it again, and then she emailed me again with another link saying, the link didn't work, here's another one. So, like a fair amount of effort had gone in on this girl's part to do this, which I didn't get. I didn't get it at all. And then today I get up and Galena shows me on Twitter that the whole list, her redone list, that is referencing my name, gives my email, is out there for general consumption. She did add the missing numbers, Paula. Honest to God, she added the missing numbers. It was something of your choice. It was like, are you kidding me? Which you guys, and I don't want to give the impression that I'm terribly upset. I'm really not terribly upset. It just kind of gave me the feeling of, my gosh, how invasive. To what extent will people go? I guess more than anything, I was just a little flabbergasted. But I do want people to enjoy it and have fun, and that's the crazy thing, that it feels weird to be even saying anything about it, because I truly believe the girl was probably just doing a nice thing, and it is open to the public. I'm having a hard time describing what my issue is. My issue is, it just felt very invasive, that you would take somebody else's project, whatever, rework it, and then put it up on a Facebook page. But still using, like if she had turned it into her own, I would have been mad as hell. I mean, I will say that. But to go ahead and just rework my project and then put it out there for consumption on Facebook, I thought was, a little invasive. I'm not going to, that's what I thought. Without permission. Now, I would have been totally okay if the email, when I got it, said, I redid this for you, or I'd like to redo it for you. Do you mind if I use your logo, your name, your email, and give a link to my YouTube? I didn't even check that close, Ange. I really didn't. But at least give me the, say, here's her YouTube link, here's her Ustream link, because she did use the Monkey Island Madness name. So I don't know. I have never, believe it or not, Googled Monkey Island Madness to see what comes up when you do it. I have not. But she did use the Monkey Island Madness name with my email. And what I would have said is, just make reference to my YouTube channel, so they go over and watch the YouTube. I'm not monetized yet, and who knows if I ever will be. But that's not their decision to make. That's my whole point, is this is not what you get to do. And it's not that it's my property. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Maybe I'm just getting all pissed off or nothing. I don't know. See, that's my point, Joan, is, if you'd have just asked it, do you mind if I rework this and announce it? Somebody had been talking about it in another stream. I don't know if it was on Ustream, YouTube, I don't know. And so that's where a lot of these people found out about it. And I'm fine with that. Karen, that's the thing that kind of creeps me out, is that it's out there without my permission. I don't know what people are in this group, don't know who gets into it. Yeah, just maybe a little violated. Just not acknowledging that, I don't know. But this is my attitude and approach to life. I'm not going to give something undue attention. That's why you won't see me getting mad unless something is really offensive and somebody is just a big asshole, and I mean to say asshole out loud on the stream because that gets me mad. Somebody who is inconsiderate. I don't think this person was being inconsiderate. I think they didn't really think it through, and realize that I might feel like you've gone a little bit too far. But people who knowingly are assholes, no, that will get me mad, and mad like you would not believe. Inconsideration is something I cannot tolerate. Um, so, but I don't think she had done that, and I don't think that was the motivation. So that's why I'm not mad, because I think the motivation was actually kind of pure. Just thoughtless, is all. Okay, thank you, Kathy. I've never Googled it to see. So it's a video game that comes up on Amazon. Well, there you go. A three set black micron pens for $5 today. Gosh, I don't even know if that's a great price, honestly. Why did I do that? $3. I'm not sure if that's good or not. I've had mine for so long, and the last set I bought of the microns, I bought from Wish, and there is nothing wrong with the Wish microns, and they're very cheap. All right, I'm thinking I like that. I think the angles are good. I think the spacing is good. I will ink this and then erase all the junk. And I don't know. I will colorize it. Actually, I might put this on my red page because I'm having a hard time coming up with red things. It is and it's not, Jeannie. The whole scavenger hunt idea actually originated with John and Darcy, and I don't want anybody to get the idea that that was an original idea with me. It was not. I reworked it so that we could do it again, but anytime I get a chance, I give John and Darcy credit, and I did not use their list. I used some of the items off their list, but I recreated a lot of our own. So it wasn't like I just glommed onto their project and presented it as my own. I've never done that. So I don't think so, Jean. No, I don't think she was at the Streamathon. In fact, I'm pretty sure she was not. I think somebody was talking about it as at another live show, from what I can gather. All right, does that look proportionate to you? Anyway, no big deal. I'm not going to cry over spilled milk. I do think, I don't know where we were, but we were talking about internet safety at another stream not too long ago. And I had mentioned that I'm tickled that I don't have kids, that I have to think about what they're being exposed to on the internet. And I do worry about, like, the grandkids. I think their mother is pretty much on top of what they have access to and who has access to them. But really, the internet is a whole different ball of wax, and I think we need to be mindful also about what is appropriate for us. It's easy to feel like you know somebody because they're your friend on Ustream or YouTube. You follow them on YouTube and you watch their blogs and you feel like, oh, I know that person, when in reality you don't know that person at all. Like we each have an added responsibility of keeping ourselves and our family safe from people out there, because you don't know those people. You don't know what their motivation is. So, yeah. So, if anything, I'd say is just, keep yourself safe. One thing I have thought I'm going to do, of course, it's out there now, but, Dee Dee and I had both talked about getting post office boxes and stuff like that. Dee Dee's got a ton of followers now. I don't have that many. I don't even have 1,000. I'm up 700 something. But that's 700 people who feel like they know me that I don't know. You know what I'm saying? That it's exactly, Jean. That just be aware, be on your toes. Sometimes, yeah, you're dealing with a wolf in sheep's clothing, because you don't know. All right, I'm feeling like the proportions, and I mean, this is going in the scavenger hunt book, so it's not like it has to be awesome. But another thing that might be fun is just to take a portion of this so that you kind of know it's the Crayola and blow it up again. Do stages of blow up. Yeah, Karen, and the truth is, I think pretty much most of us that travel in a pack here on Ustream are pretty harmless, and we don't have any ill will toward each other. And I think, in fact, we have goodwill toward each other. And I think the fact that a collection was taken up and a very generous gift was given to one of us, truly from our hearts, indicates that we found a pretty good group of people. But the truth of the matter is, anybody can walk in here any day because it's a public forum. Just be mindful. That's all. Turn off the lecture and let's tell a dirty joke or something. Yeah. All right, I think I'm going to ink this bad boy now. And because I am going to color it, I think I'm going to use watercolor as my base. I'm going to go ahead and ink it, and I want to ink it with something that is permanent. So that would mean Micron. The Hybrid Technica, this one is virtually waterproof. I'll try it on this paper. This is my favorite pen of all time, to draw with, to write with, to do whatever with. It's got a real fine nib. It's 0.3 millimeter nib. The Microns, I know, are waterproof. I'll use the Micron. So how about those wet nuts? There you go, Ange. That's funny, Ange. Galena, you know what? Your book is your book. If you want it to be more arty, start a second one, whatever. But don't judge yours against anybody else's. I like drawing. I could have gotten that prompt done in about 2 seconds just by going in and cutting off a crayon label. I just decided I wanted to draw a Crayola. A lot of other people do art journaling you do it the way you want it. It can be as creative or as not creative as you want it to be. But certainly don't judge, okay? Your work is your work. It's nobody else's. And either way, whatever you do, you're going to be qualified for the prize if you finish all the prompts anyway. There's no judging going on, man. No judging in art at all, ever. Because if we did that, none of us would ever do anything because we'd use Dee Dee as a measuring stick. And I'm not going to be intimidated. I'm going to keep doing my own art, whatever it is. And I think people's art evolves too. So the art I do last week may not be the art that I do this week. I'm drawing and you're looking for monster fonts. You are a freak. I swear to God. That's why I love you so much. You make me laugh. All right. So far, I'm cool. I will make my straight lines with a ruler. It probably will make Eileen crazy, but I like straight lines. Exactly. Yeah, don't compare yourself to anybody else. You're not anybody else. You have to remember, Dee Dee has a gazillion years experience. This is obviously something she's been passionate about her whole entire life. And it was a priority enough that she spent her time doing it her entire life. I didn't get to do much until later because of the kids. You know, I mean, I had a job and kids, and when you have a job and kids, you don't have much time to pursue an interest such as art because you're keeping the kids busy, right? And I just, you know, quite frankly, I didn't take time either. My interests were different then, okay? Like, if given a choice back then, I would have rather gone skiing. I would have rather spent a day skiing than drawing. Can't do that anymore. But it's never too late. Speaking of pens, what do you actually use a 2.25 nib for? Nothing but writing, Jeannie. Nothing. I just like the tiny, tiny, tiny nib, and you've seen how small I like to draw too. So no, really nothing other than writing small in the beast or in letters, or if I'm drawing real small. And obviously I can't take this much time on every page. But this is, I just woke up thinking about it and decided it was something I wanted to do, so. And I could have just as easily drawn this and put it in the beast. or in a journal or whatever, right? Ooh, that one got a little close. Oh well. That's cool, Galena. There is also Sasquatch socks. What? I don't know what they're doing. They're looking for monsters in chat. Okay, now that I've got all the outlines done, the parts that are black, I'll go ahead and use a larger nib pen to color them in so it doesn't take half my life and half your life as well. Here's an 8-point nib. Hopefully it'll work well. I think I need to get my eyes tested. I know I've talked about it before, but I think it really is time. Yep, I think it is. I know Eileen is going to want a green crayon. I'll have to fix that. Goofed up my art. Now I gotta figure it out. Fix it. Thankfully, I have room to fix it. Okay, that's good enough. I'm gonna have to put that register marker back in because I did it. I didn't do the reverse. I originally did the reverse and then I undid the reverse. And I know it's odd because odors bother me. The smell of a Sharpie does not bother me. In fact, I kind of like that chemical smell, which is weird. to smooth that out, I can tell already, but that's fine. And I won't make any of the corrections until the very, very end. Like if I want a little bit more space over there, I will go in and correct that, but I'll do it right at the end. You're a true pen addict if you like the smell of a Sharpie. That's what I think too, but it could be brain damage, Karen. Seeing most smells I don't like, but yeah, it is. The 0.25 definitely are small. No doubt about that. But those are the kind of things with when I see that, I'm just like, oh my God, I've got to have that. Just darkening up a couple places where I didn't ink it well. Alright, there's a little cleanup to do. Not a whole heck of a lot. And erasers are like pens. You have to have different erasers for different stuff that you're doing. This is a big eraser for big erasers. I'm sure I'm not the only one like that. I'm not sure what color I want my crayon now. Alright, there's my Crayola. I'm going to watercolor it. So now I have to decide. I have more watercolors than this. I just have to decide. I'm really thinking about the red. Red or blue, because I need stuff for my blue page too. Alright, we're going to go with the Jane Davenport Brights, and we're going to do it blue. Light blue. You want it different shades of purple. Sorry. I know. A huge... I have some of those, Monique, those great big erasers that you can get for great big huge mistakes. Those are really good for stamp carving. It's the cheapest material you can buy to carve your own stamps. At the Dollar Tree, those huge erasers at school time. I mean, these magic rubs are good too, but look at, you only have that much area to work on. Those great big ones, you can carve big stamps. Oh, you like the color charts out here? That's so when I have them, because I store them standing up like this, I can flip through them and see which one I'm looking for. Because I'm fairly anal that way. You know what I mean? Fairly anal. Alright. I think the crayons themselves, I'm going to do it the darker blue. And then the wrapper is always shades lighter than the actual, yeah, that's the color blue I want. That's a pretty, pretty blue. I do like these Jane Davenport watercolors. I will say that for sure. And I use the watercolors just like I do a marker. Don't know the first thing about it. Jean, if you can give me some pointers, you can do that. I will go back and add the white highlights later with a white pen. And the shadows later. What's Eileen? Very smart. Did anyone watch Timmy today? Either dies. I need to buy it. Eileen, you can't buy anything. Oh my God, you freaking cheater. She is such a cheater, you guys. Such a cheater. Tells me I can't buy anything. I'm not crazy about this stuff I saw. And this stuff Jennifer had sent to, the link to yesterday for me to look at. The snarky sayings in his little saying book. The picture was so blurry I couldn't really even see him. And I haven't watched the video to see if he reads any of them. So, yeah. Now that is one thing. The snarky sayings, I may buy that. But otherwise, no. I won't buy too much of anything else. I just went outside the lines up here, so let me straighten that up. Oh, I just thought of what I'm going to add on the page with this. I'm not going to tell you guys. I'll tell you later. I need to add the rest of the black. I got ahead of myself. That can be drying while I finish this. Go right ahead, Jeannie. You don't use them like a lot of watercolors either? Okay, cool. You get after it, Jeannie. It worked for me. I know I have the swatches, but that didn't help me when I was sitting on the couch trying to figure out which tin. When I only had one tin, not a problem. But after you get multiple tins, you forget what paint is in what tin. And I really don't want to move them into one great big single tin. I really don't. So that was my solution to that. Because when I'm arting on the couch, it truly is all about expediency. And using what I've got there because I'm too lazy to get up and go look for what I want. So a lot of times my art is limited to what is available at hand. One of the things I love best about the Micron pens, and I've always loved this, and there's other pens that are just as good about it too, but their black is absolutely black. Like the Sharpie black is not, like black. And that's one thing I love about the microns. You want black, you get serious black. Yay, kangaroo. Yeah, I haven't watched any of the Tim Holtz videos. Um, I don't know. Why do I? Well, I stream a lot, I guess is why I feel like I don't have time to do that. But I don't even know if I was sitting here doing nothing, if I'd do that. I'd probably go binge watch Netflix before I turned on that. A lot of the products, honestly, like some of his charms this time I thought were cute and I wouldn't mind having it. But I have the ones from his release last year or the year before, whatever. And the thing is, like a lot of those, I don't need 6 of something. I would buy maybe one. So put them in the jewelry department and sell me one for $1.25. I don't need 6 for $12. You know what I'm saying? Is anybody else like that? But that's what I feel about like some of that sort of stuff is sell me an individual charm. Don't sell me 12 of them. I don't need 12 because I'm not going to put it on everything I own. All right, there. We've got the black done. Duh. Oops, got a little bit too much water going on there. And I don't know if this is the color that the Crayola wrapper would actually be. I don't know if it is or not. It's the color I have available, so it's the color I'm going to use. And this paper that I'm printing or drawn on is just like 68-pound Bristol. I like it for throwaway stuff. It's got a little bit of texture, not a lot. Oops, good thing I'm cutting it out. Went outside the lines. I love how some watercolor people can just pick that color right up, move it off. I am cutting it out, so I don't care. I guess Carla's coming on here in a few minutes, right? I don't want to step on other streamers' toes, you guys. I really don't. I'm pretty sensitive about that. So if there's anybody else who's got a regular time, stream time that's coming up, make sure I know. Because I really don't want to step on other people's toes. That's rude. If I've done it inadvertently. This blue looks so different on the camera than it does in real life, you guys. That's so funny. This, on the camera, it looks like sky blue. In real life, it's more, to use a Joycey term, robin's egg. And if you have the Jane Davenport set brights, you know which light blue I'm using. And I'll smooth this out and shade it with some pencils. I gotta stop here and make chili pretty quick anyway. For a stinky boy. I like it better if it cooks for 3 or 4 hours before we eat it. Did Paula have to leave and go to work already? I have a regular stream time to watch when somebody's on. Jesus. Are you calling her Rylene now, Ange? It seems to me, moving up here to see, when I said something, am I wrong, you guys? Somebody tell me if I'm wrong. But it seems to me that Carla, Caged Fish, is on Tuesday afternoon. Am I wrong, you guys? Tell me if I'm wrong. And I think she comes on in like 5 minutes. I could be wrong though, because Tuesdays are the days I generally go with the rat, if I can manage that. I have to clean up some of this black where my watercolors have gone over, but they look good. And Caged Fish does, I mean, we don't even do the same kind of art, but she does collage. Only her streams are live on YouTube, aren't they? There you go. Kathy got it for us. So, Carla on YouTube, yeah. So, it's beautiful, the Crayola crayon. Well, it'll go in my scavenger hunt, and I did think of something else that I want to do. So I am going to go ahead and get into that box of crayons that Mary and I bought, just for the funs of it. So you guys, I want you to head over to Carla's, because I definitely don't want to be stepping on her toes. It's not fair to her that I do that. So, so head over to Carla's, and this is going to be done here in just a second, and I'm going to go ahead and cook some chili. So when Robert gets home, he has a nice, yummy dinner that he wants, because I sucked last night. He got some leftover clam chowder, because I didn't know he was coming, so I hadn't really planned on prepared a dinner. But I will clean this up a little bit. It won't look that bad. And right now, well, I guess it's because it's sitting on that. Because I didn't say that it really is not sloping down, but it looks like it. So, it could use some work, but it's okay. It'll work for my scavenger hunt. So I'm okay with it. Um, yeah, head over to Carla's, and I'll catch you guys later. I don't know anybody else is streaming later on in the day, so if I run out of stuff to do, I might pop on later. I don't know. We'll see. Head over to Carla's, and I'll see you later. And if you've watched on YouTube, thanks a lot. We'll catch you next time.